video on something I want to have a faff around with. So, like a flatbread stuffed with cheese and meat, but there's no bread, it's just cheese. So we're going to fry some cheese and make a tortilla with it type of thing. So we're going to fry it until crisp. It's going to melt and hopefully it'll crisp up. So 200 grams worth of cheese. We want a nice layer. Turn the temperature up a little bit. It's just cheap cheese, and it's a cheese left over from last night's function. So there's going to be no waste, because I certainly don't like waste. So 200 grams of cheese looks about right, and then I'm going to fill it in with some. It was roast beef at another function, and I had all the trimmings from the roast beef. I kept. Ordinarily I'd give them to the next door's dog. I didn't. I turned it into ragu. So I cooked it down with some tomato. So it's made a nice beef ragu. So we've got that to go in the centre as well. And then I got some cheap mozzarella from the supermarket. Because I'm only having a play around, so I can't see the point in buying some mozzarella. I've been having a think, and I haven't decided if we need to fry it on both sides so it goes really crisp, or what. I might just need to bring these edges in, but we'll just see what happens with this cheap cheese. It might need to be something with that's just not as cheap, but we'll have a go. If it don't work, it don't work. The idea is, it might be a little bit too fatty. There might be too much fat in it. But the idea is, we fry it, it goes crisp, like a Parmesan tuile. It might be better with some Parmesan in it. Just to not some hard Italian cheese, just to kind of keep it together a bit. There's a lot of fat coming out of that. Let's turn the temperature up and see what happens. Maybe 200 grams of cheese is too much. I'm not entirely sure. And then how much in the container of this? So there's 660 grams of meat ragu in that. And that is 125 gram mozzarella when drained. So is it going to crisp up? Don't know. It should do, because it crisps up when you put it on top of lasagna. While I'm waiting for that to fry, I'll put some stuff away. Long video, but it's going to be done in real time. Where all the washing up comes from. Probably because I had to do it. Right, so that's starting to caramelise on the bottom, but it's not wanting to firm up, is it? It's going to be very fatty. I think the cheap cheese was probably a little bit of a mistake. Let's scoop some of that fat off. Put it into something. All that fat, and do something with that. Yeah, so if you're using a cheese that holds it together a bit better, probably get away with using a bit less. Maybe 200 grams is still alright for a portion. don't know how I'm going to turn it over. Just keep cooking it until it's crispy. Yeah, cheap cheese is not the way to go. I'll have a word with the cheesemonger and see what he says. So, is it too late to put some hard cheese on top of that? I don't know. How's that holding out? That's okay. Let's just keep cooking it. Let's just keep cooking it and see what happens. It can only go wrong, and that won't be the worst thing that will happen, because everything's fixable. I don't know how to make cheap cheese. Like the plastic stuff that you get in the supermarket. It's still got to be cheese. Can't call it something else, can they? I mean, the better quality is cheese as well, a bit less cooking time. So that's slightly a problem. Well, depends how long it will take to cook something. Got all that fountains coming out of that cheese. That's ridiculous. Now, I'll tell you what we will do, because let's turn the temperature down. It's going to be a while before it crisps up, before we can turn it over. That's what we'll do. Right, so let's put some of this meat ragu on. So it's 660 grams. Turn that back on. And I'll be able to tell how much we put in. So actually meat ragu, but anything you fancy really. So that way. For 90, so we put in about 250 grams, 270 grams, something like that. And then that crisping up. Yeah. Please, right? And then how much of this? I suppose I'm going to put in a whole mozzarella, but you could put in half a mozzarella and then put a little bit more of that cheese on kind of top of it. So then let's pull this over like that. Fry it on that side, get some heat into it, and then we'll flip it over onto the other side. flip it over to onto the other side, and then it'll hopefully melt the cheese, heat up the meat, and away we go. Yeah. Cheap cheese is not the way to go. A better quality cheese is needed. And then all we really need to do is heat up the meat and so it's hot and melt the cheese on the inside. I think half the amount of that mozzarella, to be honest. I think 125 grams is too generous, so I would put in 75 grams of mozzarella and then a little bit more of a melty cheese on the inside. Now some bacon in. That's certainly one portion. I suppose I'd fold that, see, 10 minutes. 10 minutes for one's too much. Should fold it over again. Does it melt the cheese on the inside? No, not yet. Starting to melt this mozzarella. I suppose it'd be better if the meat was hot when you put it in, so that would start to melt the mozzarella. Or maybe just grated mozzarella. Right, I'm going to call that that's better, isn't it? Look at that. Turn that off. Get out of the way. That's filthy, is that? Look at that, that's ridiculous. So, that works. The ratios are about right. Proportion, that's good. I don't think you want any more. It's just a lot of cheese. It'll probably make you feel sick. So, well, that's the idea. I need to take a picture, I need to cut into it, but it's going to be delicious, isn't it? Right, how does it taste? Probably absolutely disgusting. Probably absolutely disgusting. I can't imagine cheese and meat's going to be very nice. And cheese is just melted, that's good. It's good. But better with better quality cheese. And there we go. I'm going to enjoy that if it doesn't make me feel sick.